Brandon Curry and Derek Lunsford, both one-time Mr. Olympia champions. Of course, both of these gentlemen still compete. Very unlikely, highly unlikely that Brandon Curry will get another one, but you never know. And if you ask me, it's pretty likely that Derek Lunsford will get another one. But as of now, these guys are both one-time champions. Who is the better one-time Mr. Olympia champion? Is it Brandon Curry, 2019, or is it Derek Lunsford, 2023? This is your official winning video for Fan Requested Friday. You guys flip-flopped on me again. I did Tom Platz versus Nexzilla just last night, and you guys went back. You guys weren't happy with that one? You guys wanted to see this one? Good. Get this video up to, we'll say, 400 likes, and we'll do the remaining requests. But without further ado, let us begin this one, because it will be not without controversy. I can almost guarantee. Brandon Curry is so far ahead of Derek Lunsford in this pose, upper body wise, that it's not even funny. Brandon Curry was a lot bigger back in 2019 than he is now. A lot bigger. Not only the upper body, but the wheels as well. His wheels have, they've since dwindled in size, as did the upper body. But this here comparison, Derek Lunsford would be in trouble, I'm here to tell you. Look at those bicep peaks. The only real thing that Derek is winning on here is maybe the lats, but take a close look at Brandon Curry's lats. At least one of them anyway. I like the way he's hitting the shot. Very aesthetically pleasing. And he's pulling the same thing Derek Lunsford does to everybody else. He's not that tall, no. And neither is Curry in the grand scheme of things. But he has that very tiny waistline and nice big wide clavicle. And both of these guys known for their structures and both known for not being that tall. Here is the front lat spread. And again, Derek cannot see to swing a punch in this matchup. It seems that Brandon Curry just has his number in all of these shots. Now, granted, these are pitchers, guys. You can only tell so much in terms of conditioning. They look similar, but the more you look, you can see some deeper caverns and cuts in the wheels of Derek Lunsford. But it is obvious to me, the bigger, wider clavicle here, Brandon Curry, he looks awesome in the front lat spread. Now here's where it gets a little bit controversial, a little bit tricky as well. If you're going to claim you're going to judge these guys or give your opinion on which one you think was better in this point in time of history. Upper body, obviously. You could see from the front double, you could see from the front lat, and you can most certainly see in the side chest pose. Brandon Curry's a big hunk of a man here compared to Derek Lunsford. Not only size, but substance as well. Look at the arms, look at the chest. Great big man's chest. Rippled, abs popping out. No doubt. And then you get to Derek Lunsford's lower half here, and you can see why he is special. Very thin skin. Very things of that nature in the lower half. It's not enough for Mark's max muscle. Judging by pictures, of course, if you were on stage, seeing these two dudes side by side might make more of a difference. But are we here to say that Brandon Curry was not conditioned? Here's the side tricep. He has some fish scaly skin there in the quad, you can see. Obviously not as thin as Derek's, I can imagine. Now this one, upper body wise, Derek looks pretty good. Look at the tricep. So does Brandon. This is a very close matchup because these guys are built so very similar, with one important difference, of course. A few inches in height and some size for Brandon Curry. So he wins by default, right? Of course not. When you turn these buses around, you can see that it is a totally different ball game altogether. Brandon Curry's weakness were his glutes and his hamstrings. Not only size, but condition as well. His back looks good, not the biggest in town. He's got some traps there, lat insertions. But when you're talking Derek Lunsford, this is when the Derek Lunsford haters, they leave the room when it comes time to the back shots. They do not want to see these back shots. Derek, he's darn near perfect. For the height of this guy, he's as wide as they come. Definitely bigger and more conditioned than Brandon Curry, so it's not even a matchup. Calves too, guys. Calves too. Who cares about strided glutes? Apparently the judges do. But rear double, and this is an even better shot for Derek. Well, his rear lat's pretty good. But I think this is a little bit gooder. So peeled. And this is where pitchers can get confusing. He's not tremendously cut up in the hamstrings like a Phil Heath, but he is very conditioned nonetheless. Brandon Curry, I honestly think the rear lat was his better shot. Maybe his better chance at actually defeating Derek Lunsford in a back pose. Now the traps look good. Brandon Curry, and I'm not trying to be mean to this guy. Love Brandon Curry. You could see from the front poses he was taking Derek to school. But I mean, the same gosh darn thing could be said, reverse the names, of course, for Derek destroying Brandon Curry. The poor calves. Abs and thigh. And it goes back to Brandon Curry. Probably. Now when they expose their lats here, hard to see from that front lat spread. I would like to see Derek improve that front lat spread, by the way. He has the goods, he has the groceries. But yes, when they expose their clavicle widths, Derek may be even more gifted in the structure. Of course, not as tall. But expose the quads here as well, and Derek might have an edge in the quads. But abs would go to Brandon Curry. Of course, if Derek pulls the vacuum, I count it. Do you guys count it? Some people don't. Some people do. I think he's definitely probably beating Curry using that. But otherwise, Curry probably get the abs and thigh, and the most muscular as well. Now, when the upper body's so dominant, you kind of excuse the wheels, I guess. But the lighting was terrible here. 2023's baby please. Wish it was a lot better. We would see more cuts. I promise you that if these guys were side by side, same lighting, you would see Derek would have an edge in that aspect. But I mean, make no mistake about it, guys. 2019 runs wild all over Derek Lunsford in a good percentage of the shots. But we all know a lot of the times shows are won from behind, not just because it's two poses, but it's a true test of the condition. If you're holding water, it's going to hold in the glutes. Could hold in the belly too. And that begs another question. You want some strided glutes or the more razor-sharp abs? Of course, at the end of the day, Brandon Curry, and I always critiqued him on this, could have been a little bit more chiseled in the abs. I think that would have really put an onion in Derek Lunsford's ointment. But having said that, Derek would probably get the win, guys. Hit thumbs up on the video. Who do you think was a better one-time Olympia champion? Do you think Derek Lunsford 2023, 2019 Brandon Curry? Would it be the overwhelming front upper body poses, or would it be the rear condition? Things of that nature. Keep in mind, Brandon did defeat a couple of pretty conditioned guys in 2019. Hit thumbs up, subscribe, 400 likes. I'll do the rest. Have a nice one.